Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Moorea here, and in today's video I will be doing a wear test on the new One Size Beauty Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. So right off the bat, I did explain to you guys that I don't have a shade that specifically, one shade that specifically matches me, so I bought two different shades. So if you're on my complexion, the best bet would be to get Dark Deep 25 Neutral. It is deeper, but you can make it work by balancing it out with concealers and stuff like that if you don't want to buy two. I bought both Dark Deep 25 Neutral and Dark Deep 15. I wish there was a 20 because that would probably be my ideal shade. So yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on too long. I'm gonna go into the video. The focal point of this video is testing of that foundation and doing a wear test. I will have this foundation on for like 13 plus hours basically because I am going to work. So yeah, if you want to see how this foundation wears and what my thoughts are on this new launch, then keep on watching. I got it. I had to. So here in today's video, we are going to be talking about the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. Now, I got two shades because I'm gonna just say it straight off the bat. I don't have a shade. I don't have a shade. I don't have an exact match, unfortunately. And that's disappointing. So that docks a point out of 10. So right now we're sitting at an 8, at a 9. And as I do this wear test, we will see what the final result will be. Now, if you know me, if you've been following me, or if you're new to my channel and you don't know, I am a full face, full beat, full coverage girly. I love to slay a face. I love to beat a face. And full coverage foundation, even though I don't need it, I love it. So when I'm wearing foundation, that's what I look for. And every single thing that this foundation claims is like my ideal foundation. So it's full coverage, soft matte, waterproof and sweatproof, long wear and weightless, won't clog pores, dermatologist tested, 16 clean ingredients. I'm gonna read the little splurge on the back. It says, a full beat reimagined. This long wear soft matte foundation is formulated to deliver full coverage with only 16 clean ingredients, hugging the skin with max comfort all day. It visibly blurs, smooth skin flawlessly without clogging pores. It has lauryl and it's an amino acid powder that prevents makeup breakdown. Alkane complex, 100% plant-derived emollients replace the silicone for a smooth feel. Rice silk powder, which blurs the skin with a soft focused effect. This sounds delicious, delectable. The instructions are to shake well before use and pat and press into the skin with fingers, sponge, or brush. Now, you know me, I'm a sponge girly at heart. So those are the claims. We're excited. I have oily combination skin. I've already prepped. The skin is prepped. I've done my skincare. My primer of choice today is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Primer. I do have the One Size Beauty primers, and I'm sure they pair well with those primers, but today I want to use my Milk makeup one. I am going to use my One Size powder, and I am going to use my One Size setting spray at the end, but let's just get right into it. So the shades that I got were Dark Deep 25 and Dark Deep 15. There's no in between. And I feel like for my complexion, ideally, I would be Dark Deep 20 neutral if it existed, but it doesn't. So I bought two shades because after seeing some of the reviews before it launched, I realized I don't really have a shade. Now, if you are my complexion and you want to just buy one foundation, I would say go darker than lighter. Do the Dark Deep 25 because you can always balance it out with light concealers. Like if I had to choose this one, it would have been Dark Deep 25 neutral. But I'm pretty sure this is like Makeup by Shayla's shade. This might be Jackie Aina's shade. So yeah, and I'm a little, like I'm a shade lighter basically than them, maybe a shade or two lighter. So I have my reference shades in the description of this video. So yeah, I'm going to mix. obviously, to me, it's not like a big deal. Like, I don't mind that I had to buy two, but the average person I know would. They don't want to buy two foundations to find their ideal foundation. They're just going to say, forget it. So if this foundation still sticks to the claims that it has, I will keep the two and just mix it until hopefully in the future, One Size does come out with a shade that matches me better. But until then, I have to mix. So I'm just going to take them out of the box. I'm going to keep the boxes for now, just in case, because who knows, this foundation might not live up to the claims. But I have high expectations. My best friend already bought it and tried it, and she loves it. So these are the two foundations. These are heavy. These are heavy. Very good quality glass bottles. I love the red top. This is very unique packaging, like in terms of like the red top and stuff. And yeah, frosted bottle. So really cute, aesthetically pleasing, but you can see that this is clearly a shade too light and this is a shade too deep. So like I said, I'm just going to shake up both and I'm going to pump it onto my palette that I have. And then we're going to go in and dive right into trying it. So my ratio on how I mixed the foundation, I did 2 pumps of the 25N and 3 pumps of 15 Golden Olive. I don't know if I'll need exactly all of those pumps, but we'll see what happens. I do put foundation all over my face and the neck, so I typically use more foundation than the average person anyways, so we'll see. So this is the mixture. We're gonna go in and apply, and look, that is my like perfect blend. And I just knew I am a foundation connoisseur. During the pandemic, I had like a foundation trip and I tried a lot of different foundations. So I can eye online what my shade would be. And 9 times out of 10, I get my shade correct. So we're going to blend that right in. And that is like the best shade for me. So I knew that I had to mix. Anyways, we're going to start pouncing that and pressing it into the skin. And I didn't apply a lot and it's going a long way. And so far, yeah, this is like a full coverage foundation. And so we're going to go in and we're going to apply. My sponge is damp. And I got my pack of sponges off Shein. So it's just some Shein sponges that I'm using right now. I know that the foundation launched with a sponge, but I didn't care to grab that. So we're gonna go ahead and apply. Right off the bat, this feels like nothing. Like, obviously I'm applying foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy on my skin right now. And it has no smell. So far, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the foundation to the remainder of my face. Okay, so the foundation is fully applied. And like I said, shade match wise, it's okay. It obviously matches, and I'm not too worried because I'm going to go in with powder, concealer, bronzer, all of that. So my biggest thing is the end results and how it comes together at the end. So I'm just going to go in a little bit so you guys can see what my skin looks like. My skin is not matte right now. It has a bit of a glow to it, but it's not crazy. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to finish the rest of my face and then come back at the end. You're going to see the completed look and I'm going to give my thoughts. And then there's going to be a wear test on how this foundation holds up to its claims. Okay, so this is my completed face. Let's get into the beats. I did a green, like cut crease eye. So this is what I'm working with. So far, so good. I think my face looks good. I'm going to take some pictures and pop them up. I'm going to do a wear test. So the foundation so far doesn't feel like anything. Like, it's very lightweight. I don't feel like the foundation is caked on. It looks beautiful. I did my regular like contour, powders, all that kind of stuff that I normally do in my other videos. And it layered on top of the foundation very well. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer. I did my One Size powder. I did the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush like flawless powder to brighten up under the eye. I contoured, I bronzed, I blushed, did my eyeshadow, like everything layered on top of the foundation beautifully. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna be moving and grooving, moving around. The climates change at work, so I'll definitely be like, it'll be hot sometimes and then cool in other areas. So it will definitely be put to the test. It's every day, you know, what I do, go to work and everything. So stay tuned for my verdict. I'll try and do a check-in while I'm at work as well, and then my final thought process. My mascaras. My skin is not oily. And I'm halfway through my shift, but my makeup's been on since 12 and it's almost 9 o'clock. My face is not oily. Not even a little bit. Maybe a little bit on my forehead. Okay, you guys, so I'm very tired. It is like almost 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting back from work. This foundation, I got a lot of compliments on my skin today, but I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure of the shade, but in terms of the foundation itself, it's pretty. I do want to test it out maybe like once or twice more. I don't have a final number yet. It's kind of throwing me for a loop a little bit. I want to test out the ratio. So the next time that I will be testing out this foundation will be Saturday. Same kind of a deal. Don't get me wrong. This foundation lasts long because it's only now, after having the foundation on for 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. I've had the foundation on for 14 hours. 14 hours. And this is all the oil that my skin has produced, which is pretty damn good. So I think it's really just the shade. I think it looks good in photographs, but I want to try a different look with the foundation as well. So stay tuned, actually. Stay tuned. Okay, so today is day 2. I didn't think we'd be here. Now, the reason why I'm doing this like second part, which isn't going to be too much longer, because I already did the wear test, is because the shade is what's throwing me off. Don't get me wrong, this is hands down one of the best formulation of foundations I've ever tried, because the way that this foundation lasts the other day for like 13 plus hours was insane. And I didn't have any oil peeking through until like the 12th hour, like 11th or 12th hour. Like, it's actually crazy. But the shades are throwing me for a loop. So I'm actually going to return shade Dark Deep 15 because it's too olive. It's too olive. And I'm just going to work with the neutral shade, which you can clearly see it's darker, you guys. But again, I don't have a shade. So I'm just going to go in with that. I've already prepped my skin. I'm going to do 2 pumps here. And this is the foundation. And you guys will see it is darker. I'm just going to get that worked up onto my sponge. And when I apply it, you guys can see that is darker than me. But we're going to make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and pounce this into my skin. I'm again using the Milk Pore Eclipse primer. That is like my favorite primer right now that I've been using. This shade is my tan shade. So when I came back from Jamaica last year, this shade would have been perfect for the way that I caught my tan. But clearly, as you can see from the rest of my face, it is like a shade or two deeper than, like, in terms of level, maybe just like a shade level deeper than what I am. Okay. But you know what? I wore NC50 for years and made it work. So we're just gonna wear this shade alone and make it work and see what happens and see if that changes anything in terms of like my final look. I'm just giving this 1 more day's wear. I'm not gonna do a whole wear test, but I'm gonna like finish my makeup, take some photos, and give you my final verdict. Okay, getting up close and personal. This is the shade. I'm gonna see if I can compare the shades like difference. It's less yellowy for sure, but it's like warm, you know, like it's warmer, it's deeper. Like my body is lighter than my face, but in certain areas I have discoloration. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back with my final thoughts. Yeah, yes, I like this a lot. In fact, I love this. I think I switched up a couple of things. So I primed and prepped my skin the same as I did the day before. But I obviously took out this shade from the equation. And then I used my Sephora collection concealers instead of my Huda today, which, don't get me wrong, the Huda concealers are nice and I like them, but it's not my favorite concealer. I actually like Sephora's Best Skin Ever concealer better. It's like fuller coverage. It's just top notch. So I did that. And then I also used my MAC Studio Fix powder. The last time I did it, I mixed my Morphe and Sephora collection powder to create this type of shade, because the Sephora collection powder is a little bit darker and the Morphe powder was just like a tad bit lighter. So mixing them created like this shade. I'm using NC55 for the MAC Studio Fix powder. So those were the only things that I changed. Everything else was the same. I used the same bronzer, cream products, contour, setting powder, setting spray, blush. Like, I used everything else the same. I did my eyes differently, and I obviously have a different lip combination today, but it's eating down. The foundation is eating down, and it's not even like, I wasn't questioning the formula of the foundation at all. It was the shade and how everything came together. And I think my hairstyle different too, guys, and that honestly makes a difference sometimes. I don't know, I'm a little bit weird when it comes to my makeup. There are certain things that need to be like set in stone, like very particularly. And I originally wanted to slick down my hair, but because I was lazy and didn't wash it, I ended up doing the puff. And then that green eyeshadow look, and don't get me wrong, the green eyeshadow look ate down as well, but sometimes you might have something in your head with how you want something to like unfold, or maybe that's just me. And then when it's like a little bit different, it throws you off, and it threw me off. There was a few different factors that threw me off. But now that I think the main thing was taking this out of the equation and mixing it with the 25 neutral, it made the world of a difference. That shade at the end of the day does not match me. So I remove a point for that. If I had a shade that, if this came in a 20 and it was just a shade lighter, then it would be a 10 out of 10. But because of the shade thing, it's a 9 out of 10. But this foundation has blown me out of the water in terms of like the formula, how long it lasted, how my oils played throughout the day, what my skin looked like. My skin was eating, and that was a long day that I had when I wore that foundation. So I'm very impressed. I think my face looks flawless. The shade looks good. It's come together. And so this foundation gets a 9 out of 10. It sticks to all the claims. It is full coverage. It is a soft matte. I don't know about the waterproof. I'm not jumping in no pool. It definitely is sweat proof because I sweat at work and it didn't come through. It is long wear. It is weightless. I haven't broken out or anything. And it is a full beat. It is giving what it needs to give. So my only thing is, Patrick, if you see this, One Size, if you see this, I really hope in the future you guys do some shade extensions. Don't get me wrong. I think you guys have equally thought out the shades based off of like the categories of tones that you guys have, but there's a few misses, because I watched other reviews where some other content creators or people just trying it don't also have an exact shade match. So yeah, I had to make this one work, and that's fine. As an artist, sometimes that's what you just gotta do. But for the average person who might not necessarily want to do that, they might skip on discovering this great foundation because they don't have a shade. So that's my only critique. Everything else, she eats down. So I hope you liked this wear test. It was different. This has been a wear test that has hit me a little bit different than other ones that I've done in the past. I had to wear this foundation again to really see what was going on, and now that I have, I'm glad that I gave that the chance. I'm going to be returning this, and now I just have the one shade that I know that I'll be using and making work. But this is a full beat long wear soft matte flawless foundation, and it's knocked Huda Beauty off of its pedestal, guys. Oh my gosh, Huda Beauty Full Filter is my favorite foundation, and I've found a foundation that is better in terms of like the formulation. If I had the shade of Chocolate Mousse like this, which Chocolate Mousse is just like a little bit lighter, then this foundation would be 10 out of 10 and it would still elevate. But don't get me wrong, Full Filter is still my baby, but this foundation is probably the best one of the best foundation launches of this year. Urban Decay Face Bond foundation is also top notch. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review / wear test. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.